And we are live. Hello, everybody. It's Anita here from Sequins and Sand. How are you? Thank you for joining us today on what will be a wild ride on this live. We never do anything by halves, I don't think, and today is no exception. Next to me in the pink is the lovely Pauline. More about Pauline soon. But if you are watching us live, welcome. I can see a couple of eyeballs. Let me know who you are and if you can see and hear us okay. And if you are joining the recording, because I know most of you will do that, because, 12 o'clock on a Friday is not exactly convenient for everybody. It's good to see you too. I am over the moon about this road trip edition. This is the second one we've done, and it's all about helping you get road trip ready. And I tune into these amazing gems, these locations. It could work. It might fall flat on its backside. Have no idea, but we'll give it a red hot go. And we explore these amazing gems in Australia. Hey, Maria. Great. Good to know she can hear us and see us. That's good. Tech is working. We explore these amazing gems. I'll introduce you to some incredible men who run some businesses from these locations. They are in their communities and also working hard for other women beyond that. And we are going to some extraordinary places. You'll see at the bottom of the screen, I've put on the banner where we're going. We are starting out in outback New South Wales in tiny Corinda, and Jazz is waiting in the background. Then we're going to go to the middle of Australia, a little bit further west to Alice, where it's, going to climb to 41 degrees today. And then we're going to go to South Australia to the lovely Lyndall, who does some beautiful beachwear that I sell, and she's in South Australia. And then we're going to go to Tassie, where Sharon is freezing her. It's wild. When you know that Laurel is in 40 degrees and Sharon has got thermals on and beanies, you know what an amazing wide brown land we have. But we're going there, and it's going to be so great. So without further adu, have I lost Jazz? Oh, no, I've lost my first speaker. Come back, Jazz. Jazzy. Oh, no, she's back. Here we go. All right. Here she comes. Here she comes, and she's back. Hello, Jazz. All the way from Corinda.
Cut me off. Yes.
It's a bit wild. So just to let the girls know, there is a delay, girls, when we watch this live stream. Yeah, Jazz is on 3G. So, Jazz, I'm just going to let you roll with it, because if I try and ask questions, we're just going to talk all over each other. So, Jazz is in Corinda.
Okay.
Tell us about Corinda and where you're at.
Yeah, we are. Oh, hang on. Okay, I'm in the main street of Corinda, and I'm just going to turn my camera around and show everybody. There we go. Nope, not working.
Yeah, it is. There it is.
Okay, here is the main street of Corinda. Now, down here, that's the Corinda Hotel. David Bowie filmed his film clip for Let's Dance at that pub. That's what Corinda is famous for. There's the shop, and then that's the other end of the main street down there. So, yeah, David Bowie. Oh, you can't really see. I'll come down here. There's the pub. So that's what Corinda's famous for, David Bowie. So here's our little shop, the Carinda Far West store. Now, it's not my shop. It's owned by my best friend, Beck, and she started it about 18 months ago. She's done an amazing job. This used to be a general store in Corinda, the hub of the town, one of many. There used to be, over here, used to be the cinema, and then there was a fuel station across here, turned into a house. We now have a fuel station, a pub, and the shop. And that's pretty much the town. So this used to be a bakery, a haberdashery shop. They used to do everything in here. tools down the back, but now it is a beautiful giftware shop. We've got all the original shelving, and all these in here used to be where they had all the flour and all that sort of stuff down there. So it's a pretty special building. So yeah, that's the shop.
That's the shop. And maybe find a
Everything
spot.
in here is mainly made by local ladies. What's that, Anita?
No, you keep going. I said if you stop for a bit in a spot, it'll maybe stop being a little bit blurry. But we love, so you've got community-made goods in your community store. And when we were chatting earlier, you said that from a road trip point of view, when people are road tripping from Brisbane to Adelaide or Brisbane to Perth, the GPS now says, hello, stop at Corinda on the way. That's wild.
Oh, hang on a second. I can't hear you. Oh, hold on a second. Sorry, guys. Had a customer. Just had to have a quick chat.
So Corinda's now on the GPS stopover.
Obviously, we're pretty well known for David Bowie here. We hold a festival every October long weekend, a 3-day festival. We have people come from all over Australia and around the world. Last time in 2019, when we were able to host the festival, we had people come from the UK, America, just to come to see where David Bowie was once upon a time. We have about 3 to 5 live bands over the weekend. We have a reenactment at the pub, and yeah, it's a really good weekend. So that's what Corinda's famous for. And locally, other attractions is Lightning Ridge, which is an hour and a half away, which is well known for opal mining and that sort of stuff, and it's pretty popular. People always come through to Corinda on their way to Lightning Ridge. A little special fact about Corinda is we are on the route. Oh, can you see me? No, we are on the route from Perth and Adelaide to Brisbane. So if you are on your way, the sat nav will send you this way. So we get a lot of travellers come through and stop here for a coffee on the way to Brisbane or Adelaide or Perth. So yeah.
That is awesome. Thanks, Jazz. Yeah. I'm just going to show the girls now a bit about the Far West store where you are. So I've got the website up and we can see all those beautiful locally made knits, look like blankets and things. And you've got some of your jewelry in there too, haven't you? Because you've got Lizzie and me. So I can see maybe that's some of your stuff over there on the right.
Yeah.
And I'll put the link to your little store there as well. This is wonderful to be able to support Outback New South Wales, even online as well, not even without going there in person. But, of course, in person is the name of the game, and that's what we want because that helps a whole lot of people out. So that is great. So when's the best time to visit Corinda if you don't want to do David Bowie?
What's that?
When's a good time to visit Corinda? Anytime?
Yeah, all year round.
Of course it is. Fantastic. Jazzy, thank you so much. It's just wild to be able to do this. That's my word of the day, is wild. Thank you so much, and thank Beck as well for welcoming us into your world. You guys out there are amazing. You've suffered drought and you are the very, I don't know, you epitomise all things wonderful about community. I love it out there. And thank you so much for sharing your time in your beautiful little town with us. I hope the girls add it to their road trip itinerary when they're next crossing from east to west. So we'll say goodbye now and let you get back to it, Jazzy. Thanks so much, sweetheart. Okay. I think we'll go. Wow. How good was that?
Lovely.
What do you reckon, Pauline?
Yeah.
This is great.
No idea about that. David Bowie and maybe filmed about there. Wow.
Yeah.
It's random.
It is random. I know. It's random.
Yeah.
And speaking of random, that's not true. Hello, Laurel. How are you?
Hello. I'm sorry. I'm on my phone, so I'm sorry for the close-up.
No, don't be sorry. We love seeing you. So, everyone, this is Laurel from DIY Tour Guide, and some of you may have caught Laurel about this time last year, maybe a little bit later, when we first did a 35 feature live stream. You know, we did 35 of them when COVID first broke out, and Laurel took us on this wonderful road trip then from Alice to the McDonnell Ranges, I think it was, or something like that.
That's right. Yes, we did. And the McDonnell Ranges are behind me here. I'm at the Alice Springs Golf Club.
What a great segue. Who organised that? So, girls, this is where it gets even more fantastic. Laurel, I'll get her to explain where she's at and where she normally lives and what she's been doing. And what her business is about, because when you think road trip, you need to think this woman and DIY Tour Guide, because she helps people on the road know where they're going and all the gems of information along the way. So over to you, Laurel. Tell us all about where you are and what you love about it.
Oh, thanks, Anita. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, everything's good. We see you. We hear you. It's fantastic.
Wonderful. Well, I thought what not better to stand out in the 40-degree heat here in Alice Springs at the moment. And I wanted to show you a beautiful backdrop, which is the McDonnell Ranges behind me. So who would have thought, I think you can probably see the green grass there, that we'd have such green grass in Alice Springs. But this is our world famous golf club. So if you're into golf, this is the place to be. And these ranges behind me stretch for a couple of 100 kilometres either side of Alice Springs, so the east and the west McDonnell Ranges. And, yeah, we don't need an ocean to have a wonderful sunset or sunrise. It just makes the ranges glow at sunrise and sunset. So it's a very special place.
That is incredible. I know I have a very big soft spot for the red centre of our country. The outback is just absolutely spectacular. It's somewhere I think every Australian should go and see, because it's like nothing else on this planet. It's just incredible. It's a very spiritual place. It takes your breath away time and time again. It's great.
Yes. Well, I moved here to the Northern Territory 20 years ago, and I only came for 2 years. And had stayed in Alice Springs for 13, and I actually live in Darwin now, but I'm doing some work here in Alice. There's a nice golf buggy going past.
Yeah, but, we can see them in the golf buggy. That's great. We know you're live.
But I love showing people our destination, and I have a very big soft spot for Alice Springs. So I'm from DIY Tour Guide, and we have audio travel guides for self-drive travellers. So it's like taking your own tour guide in your car with you, but you just plug it in. And we started off with CDs years ago, and we have MP3 downloads and GPS triggered apps, which means the commentary comes on as you're driving along in this vast outback. So we actually have a new app platform that we're developing at the moment. So they're not available right now, but they will be in the next month or so. So from the Google Store and the Apple Store.
That is fantastic. Congratulations. So I'll make sure I put that up on our Facebook page and in our newsletter when you go live with those, because that is, hugely beneficial, especially traveling the enormous distances that you can go in the outback without even seeing another vehicle or another person. It's you need that that safety net, I think, if it's unfamiliar. You absolutely do. And that's what your app and what you do now provides as well, a point of reference and contact.
Well, that's right. We have the West McDonnell Ranges, which goes for about 130 kilometres west of Alice Springs, and we take the tour all the way out there. And then to Uluru as well, which is 450 kilometres away, and just 2 right-hand turns on the Stewart Highway and the Lassiter Highway.
And no lights.
So you can't get too lost, but you are kind of probably travelling. You know, you don't see many cars around, but and then our new tour is within the national park at Uluru. So we're currently finalising some things down there when I'll be down there next week. So I'm very lucky to have Uluru as my office and this landscape as my office.
You sure are. I'm just a tad bit jealous of you there right now, Laurel, I've got to say. And Pauline, it could be a spot for a retreat.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hold that thought.
Yes.
Hold that thought.
Let's chat later, Laurel.
Well, even though it's nudging 40 degrees today, from April, we're about to enter our really beautiful weather in the winter, and it's about 25 each day. It does get very cold at night, but if you're after some warmer weather in winter, come up here. And we've got Alice Springs is an amazingly creative community, and we have something for everyone. So next week, actually, we've got the Fab Alice Festival, which was inspired by Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, and there's lots of shows and dance parties and everything. And then next month we've got Partjima, which is where they light up the ranges, so it's a light festival. And then in June, if you're into motorbike racing, we've got the famous Fink Desert Race, and there's mountain biking events, and then we've got beanie festivals, and it's just an incredibly, creative community, and I think that's why I love it. Very friendly as well.
Very friendly, yeah. And that's a really good point you make. If you don't want the cold and winter, sorry, Sharon, I know we're down there soon. If you don't want the cold and winter, you need to defrost for a little bit. It is the best time to head to the middle of Australia. It is fantastic. Beautiful clear skies, very, very comfortable temperatures, except at night time. You've got to remember to take your woolen socks for night time. But it is just stunning days. And clear skies too, Laurel, probably to get those magnificent dinners under the stars.
Yes.
When there's no rain, when it's not wet season.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But when it rains, it's beautiful as well, because I think it cleans all the trees from the red dust.
And your car for a little bit too. Though I swear we were still finding red dust in Darwin about 2 years after we left. So, it just takes a while. I love where you are and what you do. Thank you so much for tuning in with us now. We've got to go and speak to a couple of other beautiful women. But
thanks,
DIY Tour guys, I'll just flick to share with you the actual website so it's familiar for you. There it is there. I'll just check that you can see it. There we go. And yeah, all about what Laurel does. Look at that beautiful red land. God, I love Australia. Look at that. How it works. Choose your tour. All the different tours you can do. And soon, as Laurel said, there's going to be an app. This is the perfect accompaniment to your road trip, girls. I couldn't think of a better partner to have when you're heading west. Fantastic. Thank you, Laurel. You are a champion.
Anita.
Get back inside and get cool.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye. Okay. So now we go to Lyndall. Hi, Lyndall.
Hello, ladies.
You haven't got the ranges behind you. What have you got behind you?
No, I've got the beautiful Largs Bay down here in South Australia. So I'm about 25 minutes drive from the city centre, and I drove along the coast. How do I turn my camera around?
Oh, well done.
We can see the land. Oh, but now you probably can't hear me with the wind.
It's all good.
That's right. I drove down the coast to here today. And the reason I came is because this is where I did my first photo shoot for Esuna. So, and I chose it because of this beautiful pier. I love the old wood and it looks beautiful in the photos. And as you can see, it's very windy and it does provide a bit of shelter.
I think it's beautiful. And so tell us a little bit about, you said 25 minutes from Adelaide. So if people are visiting Adelaide, they might go to the usual suspects, like what are the more popular beaches of Adelaide? Or they might decide to go, you know what, we're just going to bypass those, or we'll add where you are onto the itinerary.
It's super easy to add because it's only maybe 15 minutes to Grange, and then a little bit further on is Henley, where you came on holiday and I met you down there. So you can actually just plan one beach for the morning, one for the afternoon. And what my daughter does at uni, she goes out at night with her friends and they start at one end of the city beaches and they walk along each pier until they get down to here. And that's a lovely thing for kids to do at night.
It is, because we used to do pub crawls. Now they do pier crawls.
That's right. I don't drink. It's really, really wholesome of them. Good on
You've
them.
raised her well, Lyndall. You've raised her well. Congratulations.
That's right. Now, while I was waiting to come on, I did a bit of historical research on the area.
Yeah.
And this pier used to be 272 metres long. And larger ships used to come and dock at the end of the pier while they waited for their place at Outer Harbour. And let me just see. I don't know if you can see behind me. Can you see the cranes? So the cranes, maybe not.
No,
Maybe
see a lot
like
of trees and a big beach.
Yeah. So way behind those trees, if you were here in person, you'd be able to see the cranes where the ships unload. And out behind me, you probably can't see either, but there's a whole lot of container ships that are just waiting to dock and unload. So it's a really interesting place to come. Like if you're sitting on the beach all day, you're constantly watching these huge ships come in. And then you have another little journey up and down the Dreddy where people are fishing and crabbing. So, and dogs are allowed on this beach. So
Cool.
I've been watching the dogs playing.
Yes,
That's right.
Have you got a favourite spot to have a cup of coffee or something to eat down there? Are there some cafes near where you are?
Let me turn around backwards, and I'll walk backwards. I don't know whether you can see
God.
There's a.
I'm not responsible for this.
So there is the Larks Hotel, also a very famous hotel, and I was reading about it just before we were talking. In the 1800s, every single room had this tube that went down to the bar, and you could speak through it and order your drinks to be brought up.
I thought you were going to say they would pour it down there and you'd get it firsthand.
That's a good idea. But on the weekend, there's often a little coffee cart that sits outside the hotel, and there's a beautiful boardwalk that goes right along the coast, down the whole strip to Semaphore, which is the next little town along, the next little jetty. So often I'll come down and we'll walk the dog, we'll grab a coffee and do a little wander up and down.
That is beautiful. That's
lovely.
Fantastic. Yeah, what a great way to relax and just get out of Adelaide City for a bit and choose a spot that's more relaxed. And
it is. It's really lovely. That's right. Now today,
what have you got on?
I've got on.
This is how we met.
I know. I can't really. My arm's not long enough to show a full body shot, but I've got my shoulder shrug on today.
Yeah.
Which allows you to refashion the neckline to cover your shoulders and provide a bit of sun protection. And your viewers probably know that my fabric's all UPF 50 plus, and I design dresses for sun protection or just to help you out if you just don't want to wander around in your bathers all day, that you can still get wet and protect you from the sun. So I'm wearing the shoulder shrug today, and it has a really nice little aqua undercover. Yeah, it's really pretty colour.
I love your gear. So Lyndall's label is Esuna, as it says on her name there. And we've been selling Esuna here at Sequins and Sand, Must be
Is it
over
3 years or 2 years?
Yeah. God.
Yeah.
Gee,
Because I haven't been
time's
around
flying,
much
Linda.
longer than that.
No, yeah, we picked you up early, and
You did.
I just love it. You're growing every year because you do offer high quality garments at a really good price. They're made in Australia, and
They
the
are,
fabric.
yep.
I've got to say, I've got a few pieces of yours, and this is not just blowing smoke, girls. This is actual, really, truly fact. They're so soft to wear.
It does
They're
feel
super
really nice.
cool as well. You think you're going to put a long sleeve on and swelter, but you don't. And I often have mine in humidity, as you know, living north, as we do here. You know, so no, the garments are beautiful, and yeah, a lot of women now are wanting it just so that they have something a little bit more modest to cover
That's
up
right.
with, but also for that sun protection factor, which is really, really important. And your gear's chlorine resistant too, and made from reclaimed fishing nets and bits and pieces. Yeah, so it's sustainable.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, and it's really nice to wear sun smart stuff so you can role model to your children as well. Oh, and there's so many options for kids to cover up, but those for women are not so plentiful. So it's nice that we can role model for our kids and grandkids.
Absolutely. That is a really big thing. And I think that's what we notice every year, the demand for sun-safe stuff increases for that reason. I think women are, you know, trying to be that role model now. And they probably had a few things cut out of their skin, you know, by now too.
Yes, we all have.
Or all of that, you know. So our time in the sun's coming back to bite us in the bum a bit, you know. But yeah, no, I think it's wonderful what you do, and you're a beautiful person as well. Thank you for supporting other women with their beach confidence, because you do that really, really brilliantly. So thanks for that.
It brings me a lot of joy to help other people like that. And when I get feedback from women, and there's quite a lot of women who have had cancer treatment that buy my product, because then they can still go to the beach, because often their skin's sensitive. And it's just so lovely hearing back from them. So I'm happy to help.
Yeah, no, you're a legend. Well done, Lyndall. And thank you for diving in and waiting in the wings to come on in for this incredible live cross that we've put together today. Yeah, I really appreciate all that you do, and you're such a beautiful person. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you want
Nice
to hang
seeing you
around
again.
do so to say goodbye. Otherwise, if you want to head off, I completely understand. You've been standing there a while.
That's right. I'm just walking back to the shore.
Okay. And before someone comes to arrest you because you've been loitering for far too long on the pier.
I know. Very. Yeah.
Thanks, Linda.
All right.
Have a great weekend.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, and I forgot to share Lyndall's beautiful website as well. So I'll quickly hop on and do that now. There it is. That's what I've got. Pauline, this is you'd love this stuff too, actually. I know. Yeah, it is beautiful. That's he calls them the rashi dresses. And they're great. They've got pockets and lovely little trims and all sorts of different designs and styles for different shapes. And she just grows the range. So these are tops that knot up as well, and shorts, and she does beach pants now too.
And it's good to know, as you said, they can have long sleeves, but they're not hot, because that's a big thing. I think some in the past have long sleeves and they're a bit sweaty, but if you can wear that and it's, you know, keeps you cool. Beautiful.
It does, trust me, in the humidity here, it does. It's really good. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful garments. Really good. All right. Now, waiting very, very patiently is Sharon. I'm going to welcome her in. Hello, Sharon.
Hello, Anita and Pauline.
So everyone, this is why Pauline's here, because Sharon and Pauline are the dynamic duo behind Me Time Experiences. And Pauline's here in Brisbane and just down the road, so she decided to join me, and I love having a bit of company. That's good. But Sharon, where the heck are you?
I'm in the thriving metropolis of downtown Kingston Beach. Can you see my very busy beach? A little different to the other ladies. It's about 8 degrees. I do have thermals on, but it is spectacular if you'd like to have a little look. So Kingston Beach it's 10k south of Hobart. It's right on the Derwent. For those of you that watch the Sydney to Hobart race, the boats actually come up here.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you have pole position. Oops, we've just lost your sound, Sharon.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now you've come
Hello?
back. Yep. Say that again about the Sydney to Hobart. Oh, we have live cross issues. Oops.
You might need
Hello. Oops. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. Keep going. Go hard.
I was saying, so the Sydney to Hobart comes up here, up the Derwent behind me, and we can often sit here and watch the leaders because it'll be, as we know, the weather here is ever changing. So the boats will often be becalmed. So you will sit and they think they're going to win, and then 2 hours later they head up the Derwent into Hobart. So it's pretty specky to watch.
Yeah.
It's a little gem down here because we have one local pub called the Salty Dog, which is our local, and they do Sunday sessions with great live music. We have a fabulous little Italian restaurant called Napoli 81, great traditional Italian. My everyday go-to coffee shop, Ficca. Am I doing you proud, Kingston Beach? At Ficca, it's fabulous, run by two, and a fabulous wine bar.
You have a wine bar at your fingertips as well.
I do, a little wine bar, and it's very cute, isn't it, Pauline? And it has a little open, it has a little fireplace in there, which is on about 360 days of the year.
Which, can I just say, where Sharon is having her 50th on Saturday night. Yay!
On Saturday night. Yay, fabulous at 50. Thank you.
Yes, yeah.
So the whole of Kingston will be there, Sharon, I hear. Is that right?
There's 22 of us.
Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Ben. Welcome to the club.
Thank you very much.
So you are only about 10 minutes from Hobart, did you say? Which direction?
Yes, south. So you head off on the southern outlet, and it's 10 minutes south. So it's one of the closest beaches to Hobart.
So that's a nice little stop off, you know, something different as well, because I've got to admit, I didn't know of Kingston Beach beforehand, not that I know my Tassie, geography very well, but again, something different, and it sounds like you need nothing else. You've got beautiful food and wine at your fingertips and a great view.
Correct. And I think people are coming to Tassie now because of the food and the wine. It's not only about, it's also people are here because it's very on trend at the moment, I believe, and we're on a safe little island in these crazy times. We are very COVID friendly and open for business. Sounds like a tourism ad, doesn't it? Come on, one of our meet-time experiences.
Yeah.
What did you say, Pauline? I'm actually going to move in because I'm freezing.
Last week. Listen to this stuff. You're coming inside.
I'm moving my location as I'm talking to you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. This is a live cross. So, Sharon, you said people come to Tassie for the wine and the food, but you and Pauline do something else that's pretty special that girls might be able to do while they're in Tassie as well.
I am so sorry. You cut out all of that. Didn't hear a thing.
I'll answer this one. Anita just asked us and said people are coming down there for the food and the wine, but we do something pretty special as well that might be interesting for women to come down and do. So, yeah, we do a couple of beautiful retreats down there. Our favourite, well, I shouldn't say favourite, probably my favourite as a singer, we do a lot of singing retreats down there. So, like Sharon said, we go down and we have all these beautiful experiences, stay in lovely places, drink lots of nice wine, go to the lovely restaurants. But then we also attach ourselves to a singing festival. So we head down there, we form a little choir, and then we sing as part of the festival. So that's been a really amazing retreat in our staple for the last 6 years. We absolutely love it. COVID's changed things a little bit. Yeah. So we're doing things in a different way. So we're still going ahead with singing retreats, but on a much smaller scale where people come down and just have the opportunity to be together, singers who love to sing. We do singing, we learn a song, we make a video. We're still we're calling it Singing in Beautiful Places because we're still able to sing, but we're either outdoors. We're not necessarily doing, big performances in festivals, but we're still part of Tassie and we're still, we're loving it. And I think for us, bringing people together around a shared passion is really important. Yeah, and everybody has really missed that, particularly last year. And the fact that we're able to sing together again and be back out and about, fabulous.
That's
So,
wonderful. That's so, I think you hit on a really important point. To bring people, a united passion to people together is just awesome. There's another dimension that is added when you bring a shared value or a shared passion together, and then you form relationships. There's probably people who come back for your retreats time and time again, or who have made friends on those retreats and now they keep in touch.
Oh, absolutely. That's true, isn't it, Sharon? We can't believe that, as we say, we feel like we love that people have got so much out of it and they have these friendships, but we form these friendships. And we've had a couple of women who've been on every single singing retreat because it's their thing. It's their one thing a year that they do and they love, and they know the people that are coming, or they know what the type of thing they can expect. So it's pretty lovely, isn't it?
It's perfect. And I think we also, of course, it's perfect. You created it with me. When we choose our accommodation as well, I mean, talk about road tripping around Tassie. There's so many spectacular places that you can come and see, but we do try and focus on those little gems. For example, on our singing retreat, we go to this place called Quamby Estate, which is 20 minutes out of Launceston in the Meander Valley. It is absolutely spectacular. It's a big old luxurious 150 acres. It's got 10 bedrooms. And people really, you walk in and you feel like, well, it is luxurious and you are retreating in a very spectacular location. And Sarah and Em, who run that, it's all about the produce, so it's all local. It's paddock to plate. So food's a really big part of our retreats as well. When we head north, we go to Barnbougle, which is a fantastic it's actually Australia's #1 public golf course, and it's set up on the very rugged northwest. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Great segue. There's Barnbougle. So you actually sit in the lodge, and that is your view. So you're looking out onto the Bass Strait. Again, you said the word of today is wild and rugged. Well, that is how you describe the northwest coast of Tasmania. Definitely wild and rugged. We don't play golf. But we do sing up there. That's Quamby Estate there, which again, as I said, is a beautiful big old estate. So when we create our experiences, we certainly create unique locations that most of the tourists on your road trip, you probably won't know about them. And so that's what we try to create, something new and unique when coming to Tassie. One of the other ones that we're doing is we're going to another place on that. Which one are you going to there? The Tasmanian Singing Holiday with Jane Christie Johnson in September down here in Tassie. That one there, that there is Ratho Farm, which is a working farm. It's actually one of Tasmania's oldest golf courses, and those barns have been restored, and they're actually old convict housing, and they've restored all of them. And again, it's a small community in central Tasmania. So many people don't know about Ratho Farm, but of course, it's another little gem. And the one down the bottom there.
Sorry, I'll let you.
You go on.
I was just saying, and what I love about Ratho, you drive in, it looks like that, and you think you've headed into something from the past, and then you walk in, so they've kept all the facade, and you walk in, and it's all beautifully modern and beautifully done, and accommodation's lovely. It's
right.
Really
lovely. I'm going to tell the family that I'm not home from the 13th to the 18th of September.
Do that, and then we'll take you. But wait, there's more. We'll go down to Stewart's Bay Lodge. So then you get to go down to the Tasmanian Peninsula, which is, again, down where Port Arthur is. Stewart's Bay Lodge, I will say, is one of my favourite spots in Tassie. It's a tiny, again, another little gem in a small bay called Stewart's Bay. And we sing in that beautiful location as well. You can walk. It's a 20-minute walk to the Port Arthur site. And, yeah, it's another beautiful part of Tasmania. And the food at Stewart's Bay, again, is local, so local produce. It's a beautiful part of the world that I live in. I am very spoiled, and there is a lot to explore.
Very spoiled, yeah. So do you have to be a singer to go on them?
No. I mean, people who depends.
I'm not.
Sharon's not, but she sings. But you know what? She can sing. She says she can't. But the rule is, if you're coming on one of our retreats, you've got to have a go.
Yeah.
And so you'll have people who, yes, are fabulous singers, and then you'll have people who are shower singers. Everybody is welcome. And that's what I love about it. And I think, there's no auditions. You don't have to worry about that. And if you can't read music, Emma will, who runs our retreats, Emma Dean, who we love, who's our singer-songwriter and choir leader, she'll do little guide tracks so that you can listen to it and hear it and listen to what you have to learn rather than learning it that way, so that you're not having to, look at music and how do I read music. So there's lots of ways that if you're not a singer and it's just something that you want to do, you can give it a try. It's lovely.
I like that.
Yeah,
as a kid learning the organ, I used to get in trouble all the time because I would pretend to read the music, but really I was playing by ear.
Well, fine.
It sounds like it's great for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't read music.
Yeah. And we do take a lot of people from Brisbane down there because I'm based here, and so I do a lot of marketing here, and we take people down there. And what people love is they love to go down in winter. Yeah. Sharon's like, why would they want to come here in winter? But we go places that have the big roaring fires and it's stunning at night and twinkly lights in the trees. And, it's pretty magical. Yeah. Because I think here we don't have the seasons like they have down there. That's why I love it, because we're actually seeing something very different. So,
and for menopausal women who have a lot of hot flashes, hello, it's heaven.
Hands up.
We could just call it that, the menopausal me time retreat, I think. Yeah.
Let's do one of those. Who would like to come? Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
okay.
I could rustle up a lot. It could be a big sellout.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with that one. Me time menopause. Perfect.
The menopausal women of Australia. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Well, Sharon, thank you for sharing your beautiful beach with us, Kingston Beach, south
Thank you for having me, Anita.
And to all the other beautiful women who joined us today, I've got to be honest, girls. We had a stretch with the tech. So normally we'd do a Brady Bunch style wave goodbye, but the other girls have gone because their tech's just not lasting the distance. So you've just got us now. Yeah. I might have to get onto Telstra or something about that and talk to them about our
actually Pauline could sing you out.
Network. But thank you so much, Sharon in Tassie. I hope you've got the fire on. Go and make a hot cuppa now.
I will. Thermals. Got it on.
Yeah. Thank you.
See ya.
I'll say goodbye, and Pauline and I'll do a wrap up here.
Okay. Thanks. See ya.
See you. Bye. So there we go. What a wild time, is that word I've used again. But thank you for joining us. I hope you got a lot out of our telecast today. We are getting bigger and better at this. Thank you for joining me, Pauline.
Very happy to be here. It's lovely. Yeah, it's not quite the ocean or the McDonnell Ranges or whatever, but hey, you're beautiful.
My little home office, with what we've got planned for the Summer Confidence Society over my shoulder. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But I do love showcasing not only these beautiful places in Australia, but wonderful women and who do so much in these communities, and to help other women as well. Girl power. Let's go. So next week, I'm not sure if we'll do another one. We'll see how popular they are. Let us know if you'd like us to do some more, but we will move on and showcase some travel wear for your road trip as well. So that'll be coming up. Do check out all the businesses. I'll put some links in the feed after this because I can't do two things at once, even though I am a woman. Can't really type about and do all that and talk at the same time. So they'll go in the feed. And, if you've got any questions for anybody, do put them in there, because the girl tag them so that they know that you've raised a question or have something to say, and I'm sure they'll get back to you.
We will,
and answer your questions. Yeah. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the road in this wide brown land at some stage. See ya. Bye.